We have major developments tonight in the deadly police shooting of Breonna Taylor.
The city of Louisville and Taylor's family today announced a legal settlement in the case that includes $12 million for the family and the promise of reforms for the city's police department. Police shot and killed Breonna Taylor back in March while executing a no-knock warrant at her apartment as part of a drug investigation. Officers broke down the apartment door in the middle of the night. Taylor's boyfriend says he fired at officers believing someone was breaking in. Police returned fire, hitting Breonna Taylor 8 times. The shooting led to protests and calls for police accountability. Here's a look at the timeline of Taylor's case. On March 12th, the judge approved several no-knock warrants in a drug investigation. March 13th, Louisville police executed one of those warrants at Taylor's apartment. That's when they shot and killed her. On May 20th, Louisville police turned over the case to the Kentucky Attorney General, and the next day, the FBI began investigating that shooting. On June 12th, Louisville lawmakers enacted Breonna's law. That's banning no-knock search warrants. Also today, the city's mayor and Taylor's family announced the settlement. Taylor's family and attorneys called the settlement a positive first step, but said they will continue to call for the officers in this case to be held accountable. NewsNation anchor Nicole Burley is live for us in Louisville tonight with more on these developments today. Nicole?
Well, Joe, you may be able to hear the music behind me. These demonstrations are still going on tonight. They've really been going on for months amid calls for the officers involved in Breonna Taylor's death to be arrested and charged. But a major step forward today for Taylor's family.
It has been so long getting to this day where we could assure that Breonna Taylor life wouldn't be swept under the rug like so many other black women.
A historic civil suit settlement announced today in connection to the police shooting death of Breonna Taylor.
The payment to Breonna's estate of $12 million.
Louisville city officials joined by the attorneys representing Taylor's family. In addition to the historic monetary payment, also announced significant police reforms, like incentivizing officers to live in the communities they police, increased random drug testing of officers, and mandating that commanders must approve all warrants before seeking judicial approval.
In order for the community to heal and move forward, there needs to be legitimacy and trust between the community and the police force, both here in Louisville and all over the country. This is a conversation that's taking place, so we hope that these are steps that are going to begin that process so that we can work forward together. This isn't going to be an overnight activity, but it's a step.
Taylor was killed in March when officers executed a no-knock warrant in the middle of the night. Taylor's boyfriend fired at officers who returned fire, killing 26-year-old Breonna Taylor. No charges have been filed in her death.
Black women's lives matter too.
Attorney Ben Crump says this is only one step in a long process.
But regardless of this landmark step on the journey to justice, we still are demanding that Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron bring charges immediately against the police officers that murdered Breonna Taylor.
Taylor's mother, Tamika Palmer, asking the public to continue saying her daughter's name.
As significant as today is, it's only the beginning of getting full justice for Breonna. We must not lose focus on what the real job is. And with that being said, it's time to move forward with the criminal charges.
Now, Attorney Ben Crump is asking that those officers involved are indicted this week. He wants them charged with at least second-degree murder. It is important to note that the mayor says this settlement does not acknowledge any wrongdoing on the part of the city. And, of course, this all happening as the investigation by the state's attorney general and FBI is ongoing. Reporting live tonight, Nicole Burley, News Nation in Louisville, Kentucky.